Alright, here's some example play of World of Warships, obviously, but here I'm playing a battleship. Now, I don't normally play battleships, it has to be said. The reason I have this battleship at all, and this is the Tier IV Ishizuchi, I think it's called, from the Japanese tech tree, is because when I joined World of Warships, my friends had already been playing it for a while, so I wanted to kind of be able to play with them. They were already up on Tier 4, so I bought this premium ship so I could play with them while I was sort of leveling up to catch them up, really. I played this a few times, obviously, with them, and then discovered cruisers, and then I kind of lost interest in battleships. I know everybody thinks battleships are the things to play, but I just really didn't take to it all that much. So this is the first time I've actually touched this Ishizuchi since I got it, really. So this could turn out to be a complete and utter disaster. But anyway, here's my example gameplay for a battleship. I'm not saying this is how you should play a battleship. It probably most certainly isn't. What I'm simply going to do is line up in a sort of convoy with the battleship and cruiser you can see just ahead of me. Sticking with some friends at this point is probably the best thing I could possibly do, as I'm not really sure what use I will be otherwise. Obviously the main thing with this is going to be my range, but there's a payoff for that, and that's how slowly the gun turrets can turn, and also your rate of fire, which is, well, it's not so much the rate of fire as the reload time is, of course. Oh heck, I'll just interrupt myself there, we've got a bit of a problem. Hang on a minute. Oh, well, that's not bad, is it? Both of us, both our battleships are still under attack here. Managed to do a lovely bit of coordinated volley there to avoid those torpedoes. I'm going to have a crack at this battleship. See if I hit him. Yes, I did. I managed to at least scratch him, and I've also managed to take down an aircraft as well, which is a bit surprising because the battleship's AA is not the best. I'd rather be in a cruiser facing a lot of aircraft. Excuse me if you can't hear me properly, because obviously these guns are loud. I'm going to have a peck at that destroyer. Ah, hang on. No. Now this is what I was meaning. I was thinking like a cruiser there. I was thinking I could turn and have another crack at that destroyer behind me. But of course, being a battleship, my guns had not reloaded. So that's the first frustrating thing you might find out about battleships, I guess. I should be able to hit that battleship from here. So I'm just keeping an eye on that other battleship. Yeah, I managed to hit him, but I'm a bit frightened now because obviously I've laid myself open to a nice broadside from that battleship to my starboard there that's been marked, but for some reason he's not firing. No, he's running away. That's why he's not firing. He's running away. So I'll just have a crack at him. Superb range, unbelievable. It's lovely watching those shells. Oh, lovely watching those shells go out, and even better when they actually hit something. Because now I've got to wait quite a long time, and there's more torpedo aircraft there, and I've done the dumbass thing that I was frightened I would do because I'm recording this, and that's bash into another battleship. I was too busy watching those torpedo bombers, and now we're both likely to get hit by these torpedoes. So that's dumbass thing number 2. I told you.
We destroyed an enemy battleship.
Oh. Well, while all that was going on, one of the battleships that I hit earlier, I obviously set him on fire very badly. He burned out and sank. So, but my stupidity just keeps on going on. I've now hit the side of the map. That's what that blue line is. All because I was trying to avoid those torpedoes. Now, of course, that's just one of those things. You're trying to fight your ship and watch where you're going at the same time. Now, usually what I do to do that is keep one eye on the mini-map in the bottom right-hand corner, but I've reduced the size of the mini-map there so that you can get a better view on what's going on in this battle. It just makes it a little bit harder for me to watch exactly where I'm going while I'm firing in another direction. Okay. Right, things have calmed down a bit now, and I'll try and extract myself from this situation. This can be a very bad situation because it's not that the edge of the map is sticky as such, but it makes it harder for you to manoeuvre, so you tend to be like a little bit of a sitting duck. So if any enemy warships see you in that situation, it's a good time for them to sort of lay on all the fire, because you kind of can't manoeuvre very well. Oh, that was a total waste. He turned just as I fired there. That was and again I've got to wait. So it's pretty even, this battle so far. Oh, he's managed to sneak in behind us there. This could be quite bad. Oh, there's the aircraft from our carrier. Hopefully they'll put some torpedoes on that cruiser and manage to sneak around the back. Now I can hear torpedoes. Oh, hell. Well, it wasn't me that got hit there. It was our aircraft carrier, who's nearly dead, actually. Let's see if I can hit this guy, but he's jigging and shaking there, trying to make it hard for all the ships that are now surrounding him to hit him, and laying out some torpedoes as he goes. Now my main problem here is obviously the moving and the speeding, and he's jigging a lot, so it's going to be hard for me to hit him, but I'm obviously not wanting to hit one of my team's ships while I'm at it. More torpedo bombers going in there, but I don't think they're after me. They're obviously after the aircraft carriers, which are nice big juicy targets. We've lost one of our carriers, that's the one you saw getting hit earlier. And sure enough, our second carrier's taken some very big hits there from torpedo bombers too. And that little cruiser is still alive. He's obviously... oh no, there he goes. He did very well there, though it was a bit of a suicide run from his point of view. Now, another battleship coming up here. And again, this is one of those really frustrating moments where I'm waiting for my guns to load, and in the meantime, he's pointing at me, which looks very bad. That kind of ticking noise you can hear in the background.
Enemy battleship foundered.
Well, I shot first. It's as simple as that. I shot first there. Now this ticking that you can hear is the enemy is on our flag there. As you can see, that battleship's sitting right in the middle of our area. What I'm going to try and do is hit him to not only do him damage, but trying to stop him capping the flag. Luckily, quite a few of our guys are firing at the same time. And he's also got some torpedo bombers on him too. So this looks quite bad for him. Oh no, that string's a bad string. You can see that they've laid their torpedoes down sort of as he's coming towards him. He might be able to avoid a lot of those. In the meantime, he's trying to take some chips off me. So let's see what I can do to him. Not a lot, to be honest there. That was very bad spread on my firing. We're going to come alongside, and it's that same situation again. He's reloading, I'm reloading. So it'll be interesting to see who gets the broadside off first, because whoever it is going to do some major damage to the enemy. He's fired, and he's not firing at me, but I'm going to be firing at him. Yep. Now that was extremely lucky for me. For some strange reason, I think there must have been one of our ships behind me that was on low health, and he thought, well, that's the ship I'm going to take out if I'm going to go down. Luckily. So let's see if we can... Yep, there we go. That's... So not a bad game so far, really. That's 3 battleships I've taken out. And here's the bad news. I've got a string of torpedo bombers coming directly for me. So quickly turn as fast as I possibly... Oh, it's going to hit. They're going to hit. So what I'm trying to do here is minimise the amount of damage. Turning on like that means that 1 or 2 might hit me. Actually 3 hit me. But it's obviously better than getting hit by a broadside. And the good thing about being a battleship is you can sort of not only repair yourself, which I have, but actually get some of your health back. It's like a major repair that you can perform, and you get a few, I think it's 2 or maybe possibly 3 of those in the game, so you can bring your health back up a little bit. Right, okay, so I've got a time... Oh god, a lot of ships have been lost in that time, and it's a funny contest now. All they've got left is their 2 aircraft carriers. We've got 2 quite badly damaged battleships. In fact, our other battleship's just taken some more torpedoes, but we've just spotted their one of their carriers. So obviously we're going to make a beeline for that. Now, what the carriers are obviously going to do is try and fling out as many torpedo squadrons as they possibly can to do us damage. Until we can get rid of at least one of their aircraft carriers, there's not much point in us going to try and cap, because while we're capping, they're just going to be flinging more bombs at us all the time. And with the amount of health that we've actually got left, that could be very serious. They could win the game by sinking us while we're trying to cap. So we need to at least, first of all, change our direction so that it's going to be harder for them to spot where we are, so that it'll be harder for them to send their torpedo bombers out to find us. And also at the same time make a beeline in an indirect fashion towards that aircraft carrier, who is now, quite frankly, crapping himself because he's got 2 battleships coming quite obviously for him. What I'm trying to do now is keep an eye on the sky there to see where the torpedoes are going to be. Now I'm in a better position than my teammate there. He's kind of like in the middle of the map and more easily spotted. In fact, I think the other carrier knows exactly where he is. So I'm afraid he's a bit of a meat shield for me at the moment. He'll take the brunt of the torpedo bombers. They've just loosed some more torpedoes towards him. I'm hoping they miss some. Oh, he's done a lovely jig there, and every one of those torpedoes missed him. That was a wonderful job, considering he's a battleship, not the most easy thing to manoeuvre in the world. So now it's hunt the carrier. Now, as you can see, I've taken a southern route past these islands, hoping to head that carrier off. He's going to be somewhere in that direction I'm pointing at the moment, trying maybe to get some cover behind those islands. But either way, this guy's dead. Really, he's got 2 battleships descending on him, and unless he can get his torpedo bombers up again, he's in big trouble. Now obviously what's going to happen soon is he's we're going to spot him, but he's going to spot us, and that means that the other carrier is going to, there he is, the other carrier is going to know exactly where we are now. So let's see how much damage we can do to that guy. Obviously what I'm really watching out for here, oh, I think I managed to take out some of his planes there as well. I'm watching for planes taking off his deck, because obviously that's going to be really bad news for me. It's not going to take many more torpedoes to actually take me out of the game. I think he's kind of resigned to his demise here, and hoping that he can get one of his squadrons up. Some good hits there, but again, I'm not taking a major. I'm not getting a broadside here, so I'm not taking a major amount of damage off that aircraft carrier. They're quite hardy things in the way. My teammate he's managed to shave some of his health down a bit. Let's see if I can get another good shot in here. I'm not a full broadside yet. Oh, good God, not. Yeah, as you can hear, I wasn't particularly happy with that. Very annoyed with myself there. Very, very annoyed. What I tried to do there was fire from the hip a little bit, and it didn't work. I didn't zoom in properly and take my time, which I should have done. Yeah, that's what I should have done. So excuse me for losing my. And there you go. There goes an aircraft carrier. Not one of my finest moments. Oh dear. Well, let's forget that. Now, so it's 2 battleships onto 1 aircraft carrier, but we're already well on our way to taking their flag. Now, obviously, what he could do, I haven't seen any of his aircraft, but what he could do is obviously get some torpedoes on our friend over there, and actually he's in a lot better shape than I am. He can afford to take a couple of torpedo hits, so I'm going to get in there and help him cap if I possibly can, and hope no torpedo bombers come over the horizon. Oh, it's a spotter. I did actually get very nervous there. I heard the propellers before I saw them, and I had this awful feeling of a squadron of torpedo bombers coming over that hill. Oh, I managed to make it. Phew. Okay, so well, this game definitely had its ups and downs. Okay, I did some very stupid things, but on the other hand, I did take out 3 of their battleships and 1 of their aircraft carriers. So there you go. Be interesting to see what kind of damage I actually did do, and what kind of battleships I did do. So I'll just have a look at the detailed report. A Wyoming and a South Carolina. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not bad really. The aircraft carrier was just a Langley.